and welcome to episode 60 of Cocktail Hour. I'm Andy.
I'm Rev.
And we are welcoming one of our favorite authors, Bev Prescott.
Hi, I missed you guys. I'm really glad to be back on the show chatting with you.
Yay.
I know, it's been so long. We've gotten so used to talking with you, and actually I kind of miss them. We haven't talked about this, but I wouldn't mind having some new ones on the health and wellness.
Yeah.
So, I'd love to do it. It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we should definitely talk about it.
Yay! Okay, good. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, how timely my new boxing gloves came in today.
Perfect.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I forgot to email you a pic. Let me go send that right now while we're talking.
Okay.
Woo! All right.
But we're not going to talk about that in particular today.
No.
We're going to talk, and while Andy's emailing you,
we're
going to talk about Bev's new book.
That's right. Step into the Wind.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy and I both just finished it. We finished it. Did you finish yours? Did you finish it today?
Yep, sure did.
I did too. I finished it while I was waiting for while I was car shopping today.
Were you listening to the Audible version, or were you listening to your text to speech program?
No, I used my eyes.
You used your eyes the old-fashioned way?
I did.
How quaint.
I used my eyes, but I did listen to a lot of it. I turned Andy on to reading, turning our textbooks, our ebooks into audio with text-to-speech functions, and my reading has increased so much.
Mine too.
I think I've read like 25 books this year so far.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Do they have you choose a male voice or a female voice?
Yeah,
and it translates?
With mine, I have an Android, so it works. I use Moon Plus Reader Pro, and you can select the different languages you want. So I was listening to a Bad Girls fanfic while I was at work, because I can just kind of put it on and I pretty much know it. I've read it a couple of times, and so I picked the British voice because it's British. And for the other ones, it's pretty computerized. But once you get used to it, it's like my brain doesn't really even recognize the weird pronunciations sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes though the inflections are a little annoying, but not often. You do get sort of used to it.
Yeah, initially I just started using it with fan fiction and some of my favorite books, All That Matters, something that I've read so many times that I can recite most of the lines, and then I just kind of use it on a commute or in the background while I'm at work. But now I've discovered that I can listen to new books and get very much into them just as if I was reading it.
Wow.
So yeah, it took a few books for my brain to get used to it. But now that it is, I don't have a problem reading anything on it. I just got done. Oh, I have a book recommendation.
You do?
I do.
Wow.
Because I listened to almost the whole thing. I think I read maybe 5 pages with my eyes, and I just got done reading After Mrs. Hamilton by Claire Ashton.
Awesome book.
Wasn't it? Holy crap.
I think it's one of the best books I have read in a really long time.
It is. I mean, and Nikki did a review of it on C-Spot Reviews, and I think she did a great job of summing it up. It's by the time you get halfway through, you feel like you know what's going on, and then boom, you don't know jack.
It's totally original, and that's what I really loved about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
So go get it, and it's I don't remember. I think it's only $4 or something like that on Amazon.
Oh, that's not bad.
She's self-published. It was really well edited, I thought. Just really good, really, really good. So everybody should go get a copy and read it. And it was it's the February book of the month on the Mostly Lesfic Goodreads group, and we've been talking about it like mad. And Tig Ashton, we've got a question and answer section set up for her, so she's talking to folks. And she's out on the virtual living room Yahoo group this weekend. They're doing an indie writer thing. It's her and 2 other people I can't remember. Sorry, people I can't remember.
Dang. Have a
a
drink.
French woman.
Oh.
Gail, Kathy, I don't pronounce things well. And, I can't remember the last one, and I'm not going to go look it up because then I'll get distracted. But, yeah, everybody go read After Mrs. Hamilton.
I completely agree.
Well, there you go.
It's awesome.
Yes. I told Andy, too. Yeah,
Yep.
Andy, you need to read it.
I know, you've told me. I'll get to it. Honestly, I will.
I know. It's okay if you don't, but it's good, and it's not like a mystery type book. So I mean, it's not like something that you would hate. There are flashbacks, but they're not overwhelming or anything like that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. I've not really heard anybody say anything bad about it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right then. So anyway, so I listened to that almost solidly, and I still loved it. So yeah. There you go.
So is this thing text to speech something that you can download on an iPod or iPhone?
iPhone, yes.
Andy's got one. It's just a regular ebook reader, but the text to speech function is part of it.
Okay.
And mine's a text to speech for the iPhone. It's what is this thing? Hold on. Voice Dream, but I did have to pay. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a free app. I mean, they have a light version that's free, but it stops after a few sentences, so that it flashes like advertisements on it. But then you can buy the full version if you like it. And I don't remember. It wasn't cost prohibitive, but it did cost something. I just don't remember what.
It was either like $5 or $10.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna rip the bank account apart or nothing.
Yeah, and the Moon Reader Pro right now it's $5, but right now it's on sale for half price.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and I mean it's kind of buggy. The ebook reader itself is, but he does a lot of updates and he's very responsive. So I imagine that there's going to be a lot of new features coming. So if you have Android stuff. You can look into that or the voice. What is it? Voice Stream?
What, the program that I'm using? Voice Dream.
All right. Well, anyway, so go check that out if you're interested in text to speech stuff.
Yep. I think it's pretty cool. You just have to get used to it. But there are some little glitches but you know what? For the money and being on the go, it's really cool because you can use a lot of that time that you would ordinarily, spend like in traffic, maybe listen to the radio or whatever, and enjoy a good book.
Right. The other way you can enjoy a good book on the go is
Audible.com. Is that what you're thinking? Woo! Let me do my pitch. I like doing my pitch now because I'm all used to it. Here we go. Talking about a segue, right?
That was good. I didn't expect that.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/cocktail hour. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Yay!
Nice. So
yes.
Sign up, people.
Go sign up. And I'd like to thank the 2 people that signed up over the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
nice.
Thank you. You just paid for some swag.
Yay! That's
for
good.
Your fellow listeners. So
that's
thank
awesome.
you very much.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, and so I set up a new spot on the website where we can have some action shots of people in swag. And I did send Georgia Beers a tank top, and I've asked her if she would send me pictures, but I don't know if she will. I'll have to see how that goes.
She might. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
So if we send you a tank top, Bev, would you wear it and send us pictures?
Sure.
Excellent.
That's because Bev rocks.
Anything to help out the team.
Woo!
Yay! Excellent.
Well, not anything.
Well, yeah, we know. There's always limits to generosity.
What if we give you a cut of the proceeds?
Hey.
Nervous laugh.
That's not right.
You do know us.
Oh, that's awesome. And it's only going to get worse because we're drinking.
We are.
We are trying a concoction that Beth came up with, believe it or not. Mm-hmm.
Beth, by the way, who does not drink alcohol except for beer and wine. So, what do I know?
I think you did good with this one. You saw the ingredients and you went, it can't be a loser, and you forwarded it on. It's called the Eagle Eye. Excuse me. And it's 1 ounce Absolute vodka, pretty much as any vodka you like. 1 ounce of Passoa liqueur, which is a passion fruit liqueur, half part orange juice, half part cranberry juice, and ice. And you basically put it all together in a shaker, shake, throw it over ice, and put it in a highball glass. And I've already had a couple of sips of mine, and it's kind of Jenniferesque. It's not exactly Jennifer, but it's a little close actually because it tastes very summery.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of all the juices. I like it. I don't think I've had passion fruit anything before. This is really yummy. I like it.
Yep, it is very cool.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh, you know what? I bet might be good too. Is maybe like a splash of grapefruit juice.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
that would be good. I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed. I like grapefruit juice.
Mine is a little different because I didn't understand what the measurements were because, you know.
Oh, the drink recipe was under the metric system.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
I had to convert it.
I did 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of the Passoa, 2 ounces of orange juice, and 1 ounce of cranberry. It was from a different one I saw. So maybe next time, because I will try this again, maybe next time I'll do 1 ounce of grapefruit, like pink grapefruit or ruby red, and 1 ounce of orange juice and 1 ounce of cranberry.
Oh, wow. Then you can call it anything you like because you're, mixing something new.
The Rev's Eye.
The Rev's Eye. There you go. Yeah, give me a Rev's Eye, thanks. Yeah. Not a ribeye. Put that steak back.
You could put it in a martini glass, and this could be the new pink Twatini. It's much more fitting than the one that Moody did.
Moody. Oh, I didn't say that right. So it's Moody.
Moody. All right. Well, yeah, that's good, Bev. Good pick.
That was a good pick.
Right.
Yay. And we have some happy announcements to make.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yay. We do.
So, Darcy Town, who was on the show on episode 59, is giving away 4 paperback books, one of Morning Star, which is the book that we talked about, and 3 copies of her Wastes of Space book, which is the first in the sci-fi series. So I picked 4 winners to go with the 4 books, and we have Jessica Roberts, Pixie.
Yep,
Pixie, Iman.
Ooh, Iman.
And Mercedes.
Really? Wow,
Yay,
that's nice.
Yeah, these are.
Fantastic.
I don't think Pixie won something once before.
Yeah, she
but
did.
Everybody else is new winners. So
That's
congratulations!
Fantastic. Yay, that is fantastic.
Yeah, yay!
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Oh, and then we have one other winner. I'm going to let Andy do this one.
Oh, yeah, we did. Rachel Spengler and I did a bar rag to talk about a few different topics, and she also did a reading from one of her older books, and decided that she would give an ebook of the listener or the call-in choice, and so I think we had 4 call-ins, and we picked Kelly Gill as the winner. So she gets an ebook of her choice from Rachel Spengler.
Yay!
So yay!
Yeah, see, we love you guys. We just want to get stuff for you. And, and Bev's giving you stuff too.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, all right, so there. Yeah.
Yippers.
All right, well, are we ready to dive in?
I think so. So I'm hoping that Bev will give us a summary of her book, Step Into the Wind.
But don't give away too much.
Yeah, don't give away too much.
Right. That is a fine line to walk.
Isn't
I was
it, though?
thinking about that before the show.
Mm-hmm.
How do you talk about a book without giving away too much?
I know, that's rough.
But I'll do my best.
Do your best.
So the summary is that this book is about a woman who she grows up in Maine and has something very tragic happen to her when she's in her teens, and it's something that at the time she's not able to deal with. Maybe she doesn't want to deal with it, so she does what a lot of us do, and that's kind of run away to someplace else. And certain events cause her to come back to Maine after having been gone for a number of years, and coming back forces her to deal with those things that she wasn't able to deal with. And what I do in the book is I use the parallel of the story of the eaglets and the pair of eagles to kind of show the things that she has to learn about herself and learn that she's going to have to do in order to get past those things that happened. And I would say that the three things that I wanted to show is that it's very hard for a lot of us to admit when we need help. It's even more difficult for us to ask for help when we need it. And it's really hard to forgive people, especially when they don't ask for our forgiveness. And so those things she learns, she has to do them for herself. So no matter what kind of love interest she has, no matter what kind of affection she has for Maine, none of that is ever going to be enough until she learns these lessons on her own. And so the eagles are, again, the parallel for that, and they're a metaphor for that as well. So that's the summary.
Very nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Kudos.
So, Andy, do you want to start?
Yeah, actually, I want to. Excuse me. Boy, I tell you what, this drink is a little potent. I mean, but it's affecting my throat. It's like, oh,
that's
Lordy.
why I decided to stick with the Pinot Noir, because I didn't want to be stuttering all over myself. I couldn't do it.
Stop. That ain't
You're
right.
missing out, honey, because this is really good.
All right, so my question is, what's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it is fish eye Pinot Noir, so I tried to stay kind of within the confines of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, you get bonus points for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you do. So I have to ask right off the bat, was there a single thing, or was it a few things that inspired you to write this book? Because I'm curious if this was, if it was, something that had happened to you in your lifetime that made you go, I got to put that in a book one day.
Well, so I really love romance. I love to read romance, and this is my second book, and it's got romance is a kind of a central theme to it. So romance is something that I definitely want to write, but I see my writing such that the romance is secondary. Mm-hmm. So when I start to write a book, I'm thinking about what are some things that are going on in the grander scheme of things for all of us that I want to write about. And so things like bullying, I don't know if I've actually kind of come out and said this squarely or not when we've talked in the past, but I am someone who's suffered from anxiety and depression, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what that's like and kind of how you have to deal with that and manage that. To answer your question, did any of those things happen to me? No, but those things that do happen in the book, I think they're metaphors for what happens to a lot of us. So we have these bad things that happen to us. We don't know how to deal with them. It affects our families. It affects how we're able to kind of figure out where our place is in the world and where we go from there. And so I wanted to write about those things. And being up in Maine, there is, in fact, a breeding pair of eagles that is on an island not far from where we are. And so watching them over the course of several years, I kind of, it's like, yeah, these eaglets are, when you watch them getting ready to learn how to fly, they do, what they'll do is they'll get up on the edge of the nest and they spread their wings and they kind of let the wind lift them up off the nest, so they're getting a feel for what it's like to feel the wind on their wings, and then eventually they get brave enough to go from one branch to another, and then from one tree to another, and then eventually they leave the island and they take off for wherever it is that they're going. And so I think life is a lot like that, where no matter how much support we have or how much support we don't have, or help that we have or help that we don't have, at some point, if you really want to live, a person has to find it within themselves to jump off that nest and to be brave enough to go wherever it is that you need or you want to go. So I I wanted to write about those things, and then having these eagles right in front of me gave me the inspiration for how to get where I wanted to go with the story. So the eagles were, I mean, they're pretty much front and center. And I didn't grow up in Maine, and I've never been to summer camp. So
I've been to summer camp. That's one of the nice things. That one of my happiest young childhood memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who went to summer camp, and they always speak very fondly of it.
Andy, did you want to say anything else, or can I start?
No, you can go ahead. I'll give you a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you, and feel free just to burst on in. That's fine.
Yeah, you know how I am.
And the metaphors were, I mean, you did use them a lot. I don't mean that in a shitty way, but I mean it seemed very clear that that there was the parallel there between Alex and particularly Alex and the eaglets. Just from what I do know about you, I saw you in both characters. Not just in Alex or in Zoe, but just from the conversations that we've had, I could see you very clearly, aspects of you in both of those characters.
Which is going to make who would you fuck a little bit more awkward, don't you think? Sorry.
We haven't played that with Bev yet.
Nope.
Oh,
no. We're gonna today.
You gotta email me the questions first. So
Oh, this is a standard. I actually feel that I almost feel like I'm playing with one of my relatives that I shouldn't be playing with for this one. Oh, I'm blushing.
I wish we could see that.
Okay.
Dang it.
Well, anyway, there's a lot of Alex's biggest issues come from her family, her mom and her dad, and of course dealing with I mean, it comes out very quickly, I think, that her brother's death, and initially, so Alex comes home to Maine from California because her mom is sick, and all that. I don't think that this is too spoilerish since all this happens right away.
Yeah, it does.
And Alex and her mom don't speak. Her dad, she has some very hard feelings with her dad, relating back to her mom and what happened when her brother died. And there's one scene in particular. I think it's one of the very first, maybe the first or the second scene with her dad, where he's an asshole to her, and she just kind of takes it. And my initial response was, I'm calling bullshit on that. She's a grown woman, but that's exactly there are a lot of parallels between Alex's family dynamics and my own. And when my stepfather speaks to me in a harsh or authoritarian type tone, I almost automatically revert back to being a small kid, and I can't stand up for myself, and I feel terrible, and I just kind of close in upon myself, and I could really relate to that. I could also really relate to Alex's relationship with her mother. I haven't spoken to my mom since Christmas when she called, and I'm okay with that. But on some days I also feel really guilty that maybe I should try to forgive more or be a better person, be the bigger person, what have you. So I could really relate to that, and I just wanted to say that.
Well, I'm glad that you brought up the being frustrated with Alex, because when my spouse read the first draft of it, she put it down and she said, I don't like this book. I was like, oh no, you don't like the book? She said, I don't like Alex. I don't like her. And so when I went back and I was editing, I had a really hard time with, because, I have to take responsibility. I take full responsibility if I write a book and people don't like a certain character. I mean, that's on me. But at the same time, I couldn't write her any differently, because that is precisely how she felt when he talked to her like that. Mm-hmm. And, wanting to run away when things got too intense for her, that's precisely what it feels like. So, I wonder if part of not liking the character is, almost like, okay, well, it's real. It's a little too real, because I know I shouldn't act like that. I know I shouldn't let my mother make me, because my mother makes me feel that way too. So, okay. It's but intellectually, you should demand to be treated a certain way, but there's this complicated mix of emotions that just messes everything up.
Well, there's emotions, and then there's also conditioning.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
If this is the way that you're used to, that you've grown up, through, for me it was starting when I was a little kid. For Alex, it was a little bit later, and she was a teen. But you're conditioned to have certain responses to certain tones and the way certain people react to you or respond to you, and some of those things, I think it helped me to. I didn't really like Alex very much either, mm-hmm. but I could relate to her, and I think that made a difference. I think somebody that maybe hasn't had those types of life experiences with their family may not be able to relate quite in the same way,
Right.
There was something else, damn it. Oh, okay. One of the other things that I was thinking, I'm going to call bullshit on this too, but then I couldn't because of a personal experience. It was that, Alex has gone through a lot of therapy and all of that, and then she comes back to Maine, and all of a sudden she's like a freaking basket case. And I was going to call bullshit on that too. And I was like, well, when I lived away from home, I went to therapy, and I felt great for the most part, and I was able to deal with the different issues that I had. We moved back to Milwaukee, and within 3 months I was on therapy and on Prozac. And that was after 17 years of being gone. I was great, and it's amazing how fast that can happen.
Right. Even to somebody who's a grown woman, mm-hmm. who's successful. Absolutely. And perfectly organized and together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, I can see, Alex was just dealing with so much, and this is a small, kind of a short time frame that we're dealing with. But I can see how some people would see Alex as overly emotional or kind of whiny. Mm-hmm. She's dealing with a lot of shit.
Right.
Zoe started out having insecurities, but that just kind of, I think the focus shifted so strongly to what Alex needed and the Eagles that really didn't come up so much anymore.
Right.
Once the book got rolling.
Yeah. See, I think for her, so I intellectually I can take a step back and I can see how someone would say, well, she put up with an awful lot that she shouldn't have put up with, because Alex was, like you said, a basket case in a lot of ways. But, when you really love someone, and some of us are luckier than others to have people in our lives who love us no matter how jerky we get. And so, there are people in the world who just, they love you, and they want to figure out how to fix you. But at the same time, I think that Zoe does get to a point where she tells her, you have to fix this. You have to figure this out. I'm gonna be around, but it's kind of on you.
And she does. You're absolutely right. She does. I think on more than one occasion, she does. She says it a few times. Mm-hmm. maybe you need to look at it differently. Maybe you need to go talk to somebody. Maybe, whatever. But whatever you decide, I'm here for you. And I mean that I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with that at all. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So there.
Okay. Good.
Andy?
Oh, I just wanted to slap the shit out of Alex.
I
I don't have any of the experiences coming to the table like this because we just have a major dysfunctional family, and we're all just like, we just go our own ways and see each other during,
Right.
holidays and funerals and weddings. And that's perfectly fine by all of us. So I don't have all that angsty thing going on. And so I wound up having a very short fuse with Alex very early on in the book because I just couldn't stand, my perception of was her whining all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that really annoyed me.
Andy's hardcore.
I like Zoe a lot. I really did. I like Zoe a lot. And Zoe had her own issues, but, I like that strong, silent type for the most part. And, Zoe.
And short women are hot. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no kidding. Sorry, Bev. Sorry you're in that hot category. Just sorry about that. Sorry about your luck.
That is inconceivable to me, but okay.
Hot? Holy.
Yeah, because I always thought like the tall women with the legs.
That's
were really
because you're
hot.
super short. And I mean that in the nicest possible way.
She's
but
concentrated. What are you thinking?
that's like Kool-Aid.
She's concentrated.
Concentrated like Kool-Aid.
There you go.
But
Yeah,
seriously,
well,
Zoe was awesome.
So the thing about that, Andy, is and so again, your reaction is exactly like my spouse's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the matter with you? Get over it. Move on. Stop whining. But having gone through, I guess the best way I could describe it is that when one experiences these feelings, it's sort of like you have to use every ounce of energy some days that you have just to get out of bed. And then you go and you look at yourself in the mirror and you see this total incongruity. You look at a person who has absolutely everything in the world to be thankful for and grateful for, but you can't escape this like concrete blanket of anxiety and depression, and it's a very real feeling for a lot of people that who knows what causes it. I mean, it's circumstance, biology, whatever. Mm-hmm. But people who haven't experienced that, they don't understand it. And what I wanted to show through Zoe is that they're not throwaway people. They're not bad people. They're just people who are stuck. And I think more and more people, just because of our times, they're getting stuck, and they don't know how to get unstuck. And they're annoying, and you just want to scream at them, get over yourself, move on, fix it. But a lot of people, they don't know how to fix it. And so I wanted to show through Zoe somebody who is patient enough and who loved her enough to sort of try to figure out how to get her to fix herself, because Zoe knew she couldn't fix her, that Alex had to ultimately do it herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
I like that you didn't. There was one aspect of the plot that I thought, just because it just seemed like it's a romance novel and everything should end up all happy and whatnot. But there was one plot point that wasn't resolved the way some people think that it would be. And I'm not going to say it, but I thought that that all aspects of all of the drama would be resolved, because that's typically how a nice romance story goes.
Wrap up, yeah.
But you didn't do it that way, and I was happy that you didn't. I was sad for Alex that everything didn't work out the way that she had hoped it would. But I liked that you didn't wrap everything up all nice and neat. I mean, some of it got wrapped up nice and neat, but not all of it, and I thought that was good.
Good.
Yeah. So there you go. So there.
And can I say, I would like to see some more action adventure, because I really, really wound up liking the parts about the eagles and the fire, and you can write a damn fine action scene there, sister.
Well, thanks.
I'm thinking, oh, she's got to write some action stories. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that first scene where we really get to where Zoe, it's not the first scene, but the scene where Zoe's climbing up the tree with the fire raging and whatnot in the beginning of the book, my heart was pounding.
Right?
I was like, oh my God,
I know,
that
right?
was great.
It was, seriously.
Yeah.
You might like a good romance, but sister, I bet you could write some damn fine action. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Keep it in mind.
Yeah, that's our request. We've submitted our request. So
That's
when you write the action, intrigue-y, whatever, we need to be in the acknowledgments.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah,
that's our idea.
Or a western. We like those too.
Or what?
What's that?
A western, gunslinger. That'd be all right.
A western?
Yeah, why not?
I was thinking more piratey, because then you
Pirate.
could be swinging off.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
I think I could do pirate before I could do western.
See, I agree, because you got some nature-y shit in there.
Yeah.
The sea. And,
I'm good for pirates.
yeah.
Arr! Where's that Captain Morgan's? I'm ready. Let's go.
So are you working on something now, or can you get started with this?
I'm working on something right now.
Oh, damn
You
it.
lie.
She lies.
Andy, should we play the? Oh, I wanted to say one other thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I highlighted this this passage when Alex was talking about her parents. Sometimes, and because it could have been me saying it. Sometimes I don't feel anything at all for them other than anger and disappointment, and that could go on like my holiday card.
Oh my God, that's
for my
awful.
family. You could just feel your intense love of nature.
Oh yeah,
and the peace that you get from it. I mean,
it really jumps out. It really does.
And I loved that aspect of this book.
Me too.
Just the reverence that we could feel coming out of it for nature, and but I did laugh when she hugged the tree, because that made me laugh.
That was awesome. It was awesome.
I have been called the tree hugger a few times, for sure.
I believe we've called you a tree hugger, and that's the first thing.
But we mean
First thing I thought, you little tree hugger, you.
We mean it with all love and affection, though.
Yeah.
Well, those things, I know this is probably going to sound, cliche or whatever, but it's true for me, and it's that those things saved me. Really, I mean, just that's. I'm amazed at nature and wild creatures and the resiliency. I mean, these, like the eagles. I mean, it's like once the birds learn how to fly, once the eaglets learn how to fly, the parents kick them out of Dodge.
Wow.
They're like, okay, you have to go and you have to make your own life. We did what we needed to do to give you the tools that you needed to live. Now go live. And there's none of this. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't just lay down and say, I don't want to do it anymore, because the option is you won't be here anymore.
Yeah.
And so I'm amazed at the resiliency of nature. Just like with the fires that are necessary for the jack pine tree seeds to sprout. I mean, sometimes you think that everything, like Mount St. Helens, for example, 20 years after Mount St. Helens pretty much obliterated everything in its path, things are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's an inspiration to me that in the face of such adversity, wild things always manage to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all very simple, but beautiful at the same time. So it's, like I said, it may sound cliche, but it saves me, and it's what kind of when I'm feeling down or I just need to escape, that's where I escape to.
Well,
So there.
I like that.
Well, yeah, but it felt great.
It did.
So,
It did. That's
yeah.
why I think you need pirate action. You could put a little romance in there, but let's have some swashbuckling events.
You could have a tree on the boat, on the pirate
Well,
ship.
that's what the mast is.
But you could have
Dead tree.
It's a dead tree, but no, you could have like a big barrel or something with a tree in it.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
going
know.
a little
You
too
could
far.
that could be part of the plot. You're moving this incredibly important, valuable, wonderful tree.
Oh, you know what? Like, what's
That's
his
your
name?
cargo.
Jason and the Argonauts with a fleece, except you have, like some
We're
kind of
giving you all
tree
these-
that bears fruit that provides immortality or some craziness.
This book is going to write itself back.
That's
I'm telling
right.
you.
Give me some more alcohol. We'll come up with some good plot points.
Is it okay if the main character dresses like Xena?
Why not?
Absolutely.
Da, 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 da. You do like Xena, don't you, Bev?
You know, I had never seen a single Xena episode until I met you.
Aw, thanks. I think.
That's correct. No, it's good, It's interesting. No, it's visually very stimulating.
Yeah. I like the subtext of the show. I mean, it is pretty hokey at times, but I love that subtext.
Yeah.
Especially the first season is tremendously hokey.
It is,
They're,
it is.
flying around. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But it's a lot of fun, seriously. I used to make fun of people that watched this show when it was, when it was first out. Like, they would get home time, all right, I can't stay out tonight, I gotta go watch Xena. I'm like, Xena Schmeena, what the hell? What goes around comes around, that's all I gotta say.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, what?
What? I was going to say, won't we want to play the...
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do. I swear to God, we must be cut from the same cloth, sister. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to play our installment of Who Would You Fuck?
No, we're not on the same page.
What?
We have a question that got called in.
Oh, all right. Doggone it, people. All right.
I saved you for a few minutes.
Woo! Bev's like her butt's puckering up and down. What? We're not playing that, are we? Okay, we have a call-in, and it's from Pam Schloss.
Hi, Pam.
There you go. Here it is.
Wonderful. Hey, this is Pam Sloss. Bev, as you know, I just got done reading this book last night, and I think we've come up with a new rating system of books. It's the Kleenex meter. You did some tear-jerking from me last night. Very emotional book. One thing, the concentrated comment. I know you're vertical challenged, as we like to say, but man, I hope you weren't impacted by any bullying when you grow up. But if you were, I hope you recovered well, which I think you did by the tone of the book. So anyway, very excellent book, and just wanted to say thank you for writing it.
Oh, that's nice.
It was nice.
Yeah. Well, I think little kids get picked on a lot more than bigger kids, but no. I wouldn't say that it was my being short actually helped me to kind of fade into the background more than anything. So I think for me, when I was a kid, it was more of a frustration because I didn't feel like I fit in with the other kids. It's a little invisible, but not bullied so much.
That's something that we didn't bring up when we were talking about the book is the role that bullying has in the book, and how devastating it really can be for years after it happens.
Right.
And I know that, bullying right now over the last year or two has really come to the forefront in the media. But it's not a new phenomenon by any means. I don't think that's really something that I've seen addressed in many other books. Maybe in any other books.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Well, I read this statistic that 4% of people between the ages of 10 to 24 will at some point develop a serious depression. And the third leading cause of suicide in young people, and the third leading cause of death is suicide in young people. And I wonder to what extent bullying plays a role in that, because it can be so devastating for these. A lot of the kids, at least from what I remember, the ones who got bullied were the ones who were different in some way, or they had some bigger challenges than the rest of the kids. And so throw on top of it having to feel isolated and cut off, not only from, and the worst part of it for Alex's brother in the book was it wasn't just being cut off from his peers and being isolated away from his peers because of the bullying. It was his family's inability to protect him from that. So,
but even more than protect him, I mean, they added on to that.
Right.
It wasn't just, well, we still love you and you're fine. It was, well, you're dealing with all this bullying, and by the way, you're all kinds of fucked up, and, you're, yeah. And I think that that's a big difference, and maybe that's part of the reason why like the It Gets Better project and those types of things that really draw attention to LGBTQ kids who are killing themselves and being bullied, is because when you're being bullied because you're poor or you're fat or you're too tall or you're too skinny or you're too short, those are things that your family generally will still rally around you and give you that support. But being gay or having a boyfriend or a girlfriend when you're young who is not the right color, not the right social status, what have you, when you add that stress from your family, it can just be, I mean, where do you go then?
Yeah.
And if you're gay, you can't really go to your church or some of your other relatives for fear of making it worse. And I think that for Alex and her brother, I mean, that just really piled it on.
Right. It was devastating for them. So yeah, I think bullying is definitely something that I wanted to write about, because I do think, like you said, Rev, you could be bullied when you're a kid, and it could stay with you for years and years and years, and it goes to that conditioning too that you were talking about. So I mean, the kid who's bullied gets conditioned to feel less than everybody else, and an outsider, and they don't even know how to fit in.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, well, and I thought that you really did. I thought a good job of showing that, and I mean, I didn't expect there to be any kind of resolution with that, and I was kind of surprised that there was, but I can see that as a step.
Yeah, that yes, you're talking.
Yeah,
we don't want to give that away. It's a spoiler, but
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to leave that hanging, because if we're ever gonna figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, and listeners, after you go and read the book and you come back and you listen to this again, then you'll know what I'm talking about here. But I like the way that you pointed out that you had, Alex had a realization, thinking back on how that person was, and understanding, that relationship between the bullied and the bully, and I thought that was a nice touch. There wasn't just some automatic, okay, yeah, I forgive you,
Right.
But there were some circumstances behind that. So yeah, and that made me kind of think about that too, because I hated that bastard, and so that kind of took the edge off of it a little bit. Of course, I see a lot of your forgiving nature. What I assume you have, because you by far, and I don't mean to say this in any kind of an ass kissy kind of way, but you are by far one of the most genuinely nice people that I've come in contact with. I will just say you are the most genuinely nice person that I've come in contact with in the community, and I think that I don't know that you could. I don't know that you could. Maybe I'll throw this out as a challenge for the pirate thing. I don't know that you could write a totally despicable character because I think you would want it. You would feel bad.
She's got the mad skills to do it, though.
I have the what?
You got the mad skills to pull it off, though, sister.
You could, but I think you'd have to fix him or her.
Yeah, probably.
You'd give him a hug and everything would be okay.
Go save some eagles, damn it.
Well, thank you very much.
You've thrown Bev a loop there, I can tell.
I know, you don't have to reply. It's fine. We can just move on to who would you fuck.
Yeah, we can do that.
Easier subjects.
Yeah, it is,
I'm throwing
actually.
you to the wolves now.
Ha ha! I'm being the wolf. That's me.
Oh boy.
Yep. You ready? Can I do it now?
So, okay, you're going to explain this game to me a little more?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, we pick a character in the book that we've reviewed and say this is the person we would like to have a little dalliance with.
Okay.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
It doesn't have to be a lifelong thing.
No, just like a one night stand. Yes, you do. You get to pick two.
Okay.
Woo!
That's the best part.
That's right.
Is having the author pick one of their characters.
Right. We've had authors say, well, if I didn't want to fuck them, they'd never be in the story.
Actually, we get that a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. And the best ones are, well, this character, during the course of the show, this character is really, I related to this character is me, certain aspects of myself, and then they're just fine with saying I would fuck that person.
Yep.
That one, that's me.
Yep.
I would fuck me.
I wish we had an author do that. She's kind of like masturbation, but yeah, I'll pick me. Yeah. All right, here we go. Who would you fuck?
Well, it would definitely not be Zoe.
Short chicks, huh?
She's too short.
Oh no,
That's
not right.
It would be too weird.
What?
I've always been with women who are much taller than me.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
All right, so who would it be?
They're in a lot of ways, it's a huge advantage.
I imagine it would be, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop because I'm going to embarrass myself.
I bet you're red as an apple right now.
As red as my Pinot Noir.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so who would it be?
All right, well, that would just leave Alex.
Well, I don't know. Could have left the camp counselor. How the hell do I know?
Oh, Claire. There's Claire.
Oh, Claire, yeah. No, probably Alex, because Alex is that long-legged, long hair, brooding, dark hair. Yeah, Alex.
There you go. I love when an author gets into the game.
That's awesome. All right, Rev.
Okay, well, I'm so tempted just for the entertainment value to pick Sally. Because, who doesn't like a pretty flowered sundress?
Yeah,
Exactly.
true. Very nice, yes.
But since short chicks are so incredibly hot, I'm going to pick Zoe.
Yeah, I think I'll have to fight you for Zoe.
She's pretty. She's got a lot of stamina.
She does.
Climb trees.
She'd be trying trees, save wildlife, and then take you to heaven and back all in the same damn day. You gotta like that.
I believe that you got, the last time that we all picked the same one, you got her first, so I get Zoe first.
Oh, I get sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, she has a lot of energy, so.
She won't be worn out. She won't be worn out. That's for damn sure.
And she's very patient.
Oh, that's good for you, Rev.
I know. All right. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Lordy, this was fun.
Great. All right. So, Bev is going to be giving away a paperback copy, a personalized paperback copy of Step Into the Wind. And so you all know how this works. You go over to the website and you leave a comment. And Bev has been thinking throughout the entire recording of this show what she wants you to comment on.
Mm-hmm.
I have I have it. Amazing.
Okay, excellent.
Amazing. So people can figure out what some of my favorite wild things are from the book, but I want to know what some of your favorite wild things are.
Nice.
Oh, good one.
Nice, yeah.
Can I pick my wife? Favorite?
Yeah, definitely.
Your wife is your favorite wild thing?
She is.
Is that when she wears a towel on her head?
I just had like 3 or 4 things flood into my mind to retort to, and none of them
Are appropriate.
are appropriate. Yes, no. Favorite wild things, your favorite, some of your favorite wild things.
There's
Okay.
actually a line you can't cross in this show?
No, please.
No.
She just doesn't want to give that much away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
There were some absorbency things, whips,
Okay.
and
I need another drink of my wine.
Okay, so let me. Now everybody knows I gotta go to because I know all of you folks see how I refrain from calling you bitches. I'm trying to be nice because Bev brings that out in me.
She brings that in everybody.
So I know everybody is going to the website now to see what's coming up. So you will know that you have until March 8th. I have to write it down, March 8th. So you need to get your comments posted by March 8th, and we will announce the winner on March 9th when we record with Lori Solsler.
Yep.
And for those of you who are paying really close attention, you will notice that Bev and Lori flip-flopped.
That's right.
Because we like to keep it fresh.
That's
We
right.
like to, keep you on your toes.
That's right. That's right.
And to give a plug to our publisher, we're both Blue Feather Books authors.
That's true.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the book that she's going to be talking about is brand spanking new, too.
Yes, it is.
We didn't get edited copies yet.
Nope. She sent us unedited copy.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get an edited one, because when you're as picky as I am and get thrown off, I don't want to get thrown off by something just because it isn't edited, I want to give that fair shot.
Yep.
And I've not read anything by Lori yet.
I haven't either, so this will be really exciting.
Yeah. So, gosh, Bev, it's so nice to talk to you again.
I know. I missed you guys tremendously.
Well, you can come on, do a reading, come on, hang out, and then we'll start working together on some more health shows.
Yes, let's definitely do some more health.
Yeah.
I do. I want to do that because right now my gab abs are still hidden underneath my reb flab.
Yeah, no kidding. You and me both.
Yeah, it's and we got 4 months.
I know.
Time is ticking away. Yeah.
Why can't you do some coaching? Like come down here and visit with me for a couple of weeks, and then go visit Rev for a couple of weeks. We need that personalized, training. I feel like
I don't even know if I would need you to actually come here. Here's my problem, and we don't need to turn this into a big long thing because we're probably running a little short on time. But this is my problem, and I knew maybe I set myself up for failure, but I know myself well enough to know that I am really, really super motivated for 2 weeks. Like super motivated, and I can turn down any food. It doesn't matter how depressed I am. I'm active. I'm sticking to my plan. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And it's like that 14th day or that 15th day, I wake up and it's like, you know what? Fuck this bullshit. I am so tired of this. I don't care. I'm going to McDonald's. Fuck you people. And then it takes me 2 months or more to get back to that, holy shit, I can't fit into my pants again. I got to really kick it up. Yeah. And so now I'm at I can't fit into my pants again. I'm right back to where I was.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, so Bev, what can you do to fix me?
We need motivate. What can we do?
I'm thinking that should be the subject of a show that we do.
Well, then we need to do it fast.
So let's do it.
4 months.
Let's do it. Let's put something on the calendar and let's do it.
All right.
Well, how about
next week?
She's free next week. She's pushing.
I'm serious as a heart attack.
Oh
I will record next weekend.
Yeah, we can do it.
Can we?
Weekend?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Now, you guys heard it first. You see, this is how it works around here.
Yeah, we don't really plan much.
Yeah, we don't plan much.
Let me look at my okay.
And while we're doing that, let's
second.
How about while we're doing that?
What day is that?
It's the 2nd, March 2nd.
What's the What is the? Is it Saturday?
Saturday, yes. March 2nd. We could do it on Sunday too. Oh no, I can't do it on Sunday.
Wait.
Saturday works for me.
Can we say goodbye to the listeners and then work this out?
No, they need to know.
What? They need to know what we're going to do next week.
Do you guys tune in? I'm fairly certain we should be able to have it posted Saturday night or Sunday, and then come figure out how to stay motivated.
All right.
Because that is the hardest part, definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought, what is the hardest part? I thought saying sorry is the saying.
No, that's the hardest word. That's the hardest
Oh,
word.
damn it.
Yeah. You were close. You were close.
Let's just say we have to take the gloves off.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
I don't have any gloves.
Well, damn it, you better order. Get on C-Spot store.
I totally could. Hey, everybody! Now, the other thing I'm going to give a plug now. If you go over to the Cocktail Hour website, you'll see that there's a C-Spot store for Amazon. Anytime you want to buy something from Amazon, go over to the website, click on the C-Spot store, and then just bookmark that. And we get a very small percentage of everything that you purchase through there, but it really does add up. And again, it really helps us to be able to afford to give you more stuff.
Yep.
So do that.
Yep.
And it doesn't cost you anything extra at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
So there you go. So we're going to get with Bev on motivation on March 2nd. And you people can hear it either March 2nd or March 3rd.
Yep.
Okay?
Sounds
But
good.
don't forget to go to the website and comment for your chance to win a copy of Step Into the Wind, okay?
Yep. Awesome. All right.
Yay.
Well,
Yay, Bev. Thanks for coming and for bringing
Bye.
us this great drink.
Excellent.
Yep.
Because it's 4:15 my time and I have a slight buzz.
Yeah, me
Yay!
too. Yay! Of course, I made a double and it's gone.
Oh, I just had a single.
Uh-huh.
I still have to function with family time for a while.
Oh, and I just get to pass out, watch TV. Fine. Watch TV, then pass out. Yeah, okay. Dyslexia hits again. All right, well, thanks, Bev. We love it when you come on. You need to come on more often, and we will talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Bye.